I will, and welcome back. Hello, John Van Limbeek joining us. We're having a little conversation off the air right now. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
For those that don't know, John Van Limbeek and I are next door neighbors.
Yes, we are.
It's great. He's a busy guy. He's a busy guy. He's out on the weekends all the time doing crazy stuff. Yeah. You have a perfect lawn, too. Anyway,
thank you.
Didn't need to say that on the air. But today, financially speaking, we're talking about our financial plan and why it's important. There are several really important milestone events in life where you really should be looking at changing it.
Yeah, or at least updating it, reviewing it anyway. And it's always tough this time of the year. What do you talk about when you're back to school and everything's kind of chaotic that way, right? But it gives you a couple things to think about if transitions in your life, if these transitions or these milestones, I guess, to some degree, because retirement's one of them. Yeah. If they're at that stage or getting close to retirement, for example, right?
Well, let's get into it. We've got a little introduction. 5 signs to review your plan. Don't put it off. Yeah. Here's the first one.
So, I mean, some of these are self-explanatory, but any job changes, whether it's an increase in a job or possibly a decrease in a job, could have different implications. So I just put a couple bullets. If you're changing your job or job's increasing, or maybe insurance would be one, maybe contributions to your savings plan would be 2, you know, paying down your mortgage faster, different things like that might be one of them. And if you go into a job loss situation, I hate to say it, then you need to do maybe short-term goals and a short-term structure of what maybe you can't or you can give up, kind of thing.
Okay. And then, of course, changes in marital status. This in itself, you could spend an entire segment on. I mean, there's so much to consider.
You can, absolutely, and it's one of the larger ones for sure, right? So it can be, you know, revising or reviewing the will for sure. Any of the beneficiaries in regards to insurance policies, pension plans. All that should be done. At least go over that and go over with a checklist that you know it's done. I still see it to this day that, you know, some plans our beneficiaries are still, you know, maybe the estate and the plan's 10 years old, kind of things, right? So they come into us, we've got to go through this checklist, 2 or 3 pages of things that we have to go through all the time or should be going through to make sure these things are what the client wants.
Yes, absolutely. Let's get into the next slide. Major life events.
Yeah, so children, obviously a big one here. New responsibilities. It's not about me anymore, it's about the child, right? So insurance is a bigger need there. Yeah. And then a couple other ones, like buying a home. It could be insurance there, starting your own business. Retiring, as we said before, becoming disabled. That changes the financial plan if you're no longer able to work. If starting your own business, you should have part of that in regards to what are you going to do for your insurance or for your disability if you can't work, right? Economic changes. This one's a little bit more of a nebulous one, but just as I said, maybe making sure it's within your comfort zone. Because there are business cycles, things will go up, things will go down. It will happen again at some point. We haven't seen it in a number of years, so it's a long upside from an economic cycle, but it will go down again. So if you're staying within your comfort zone and not getting too greedy, you know, that should be reviewed every couple of years for sure to make sure you're within your tolerances for sure.
Okay, do we have one?
And the last one is your investor profile, kind of leads from the other one. And it's more of, again, generally as you get older, you become more conservative. That you don't have to be, but if you look at that every 5 years or something like that, especially if you're within 5 years of retirement, and especially where we are right now and generally in a higher on the market cycle-wise, then it might be something good to look at, make sure you're in a comfort zone and not take any more volatility than you need.
Absolutely. Sure. Yeah. I know that when I first started investing in my 20s, I was quite liberal-minded, but I do find as I get into different decades of my life, shall we say, I find that I feel more comfortable not being as risky in my investing, and I can see that getting more so as I get into older ages as well.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, and it just goes with the stages in life every decade or every 5 years or something like that for sure.
So that's the financial plan. Yes. Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to follow up with that.
Okay, so that's your financial plan, but I know with the employees here, we come to you guys for you know, a lot of our advice. You have us come in every year, and why is that important in terms of what you're investing month to month?
Just more so from an education point of view, make sure that we know what's happening in your life, because sometimes these things are not necessarily, you're not going to necessarily phone me if one of those things happen to you necessarily. So we, you know, like, and it's not that it's critical that it has to be reviewed tomorrow, but if you touch base once a year, just to, hey, if any of these big things changed, anything changed in your life, Because if you're changing a different career, maybe you want to look at things differently for sure, right? And looking at it once a year gives you an opportunity to understand us too, or understand what's going on, more comfortable, who knows what, right? Like you said, there's a lot of different things for sure.
Okay, awesome. Some great tips today on the 5 signs to review your financial plan. It's important to look that over. John, thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much.
All right. We will take a quick break, but if you're looking to get a hold of Abbott Wealth, you can certainly do so by the website on the screen, abbottwealth.com. We're back after a quick break. Stay with us.